Hi everyone, it's Melody here with Design by Melody. I have a little bit of a different video for you today. I have completed the first part, completely completed the first part of my 2013 album. However, it didn't fit into one album. So I came across a slight problem to where I had an ending page with nothing to put on it, and then a beginning page of the next album with nothing to put on it unless I wanted to split a month in half. Well, I wasn't really fond of that idea, and I have plenty of paper, so I came up with kind of an alternative. So let me show you this first. This is the end of the first album. And what I did, I'm just going to show you, is I took a piece of 12 by 12 paper and just cut it to fit in the slots. And to stay consistent with the rest of my album, I left these squared corners and then these are rounded. So this is the end of the first part of the Project Life album. And as you can see, this is my August. I believe this video is going to go up before my actual August pages do, but I wanted to kind of show you this because this is something that I've kind of encountered. And I'm happy to say this is my first completed album with no spaces, no blanks or anything. It's completely done with nothing to go back and finish. So I have one totally complete and about 4 other in process. Alright, so that was the end page after August. Now I'm getting ready to start September, and as you can see I have my September card here. Getting ready to start September, and I have the first page that I just don't have anything to put on. So what I'm going to do is I pulled out this Victoria Garden collection from Echo Park, and this is actually, I believe, this is copyright 2011. I'm not sure if this came out in 2011 or when it came out, but I know it's not a new collection by any means. So I pulled this paper out. I really like it. I have a lot of pink papers, and being that most of my family is made up of boys, I don't use the pink papers as much. So I'm going to take this opportunity and use one. So first what I'm going to do is trim off the manufacturer strip. And then I'm going to cut my cards to fit my slots. And I'm going to do a little bit of embellishment. But first let me actually trim these apart. So there are my top two. These are my bottom two, and I've got my middle section here. And what I did is I picked a piece of paper that had a pattern, but not so much of a pattern that it's going to be hard to piece back together. And not so much of a pattern that it would be very distracting if it's missing, or if it has little gaps between the slots. Alright. Next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my corner rounder, and I use this corner rounder actually to do my Project Life. First I'm going to slide these in here. I'm going to make sure they all fit. I'm going to take them back out in a moment, but first I'm just going to show you the basic setup of what I'm doing. I know, as I've mentioned before, some of these slots, these are actually the Becky Higgins page protectors. I don't always use her page protectors, but I like to make sure my cards fit in smoothly. Some of them are a little bit tighter than others, so I don't have a problem trimming, especially on a page like this where I'm kind of just piecing together. And it's just polka dots, so it's not like it's taking anything out of the design. And that's where I was mentioning, if I don't have some major pattern on the side that I'm using, it's okay if I have to trim off, you know, 1/8 of an inch. It's not going to disrupt the pattern by any means. And they do fit in these slots, but they're a little bit snug, and since I know I'm going to be putting a card on the opposite side, I'm just trimming off a small amount. I just don't want to make my life any more difficult whenever I'm going to do the other side of this page. Alright, and then we shouldn't have any problems with the 4x6 cards. Alright, there we go. So it could very well just stay just like this with no problems, but I want to do a little bit of embellishment, and the only thing I'm going to do is add a few alpha stickers and possibly a border. I've pulled out a variety of stickers here. I have some thickers, I just have some basic gray small alphas. I have these Amy Tangerine vellum-like stickers. I have these really old, have no idea where they came from stickers. And then I have this EK Success mini silver stickers that I'm going to use for the numbers. And then I just keep my 12 by 12 collections in a clip. When I have the full collection, I do that. As I start to use papers and I end up with just scraps, I take it out. I'm thinking about using this black border, but we're going to see here in a moment. And that's from the sticker sheet. Okay. So I've already kind of written out what I want to do, and I want it to say The Story of Us 2013 Continued. So I'm thinking about doing like The Story of Us Continued from 2013. Let's try that. And I do have, on this sticker sheet, there are a few things that say the, and actually of us, but I don't think I really like that. I might use this little flourish, but let's see. I'm going to use this for the 2013 Continued, so I can go ahead and pull that off. This little basic gray alpha set, oh my gosh, I think it's my absolute favorite. I use it all the time. I mean, and look how many A's you get. You get 2.5 rows of A's, you get 3 full rows of E's. Yeah, you just get a ton of these. I love it. And I think I'm going to put it right here. And it's not that big of a deal if it's really lined up. I just want it to be legible. Okay, I'm going to put the 2013 right in front of that. So I was going through my alphas. I noticed I actually don't have that many small number stickers. I have a lot of larger number stickers, but not that many small ones. Because I actually thought there were numbers on this basic gray sheet, and there's not. So that might be something for me to keep in mind when I'm shopping in the future. If I see any cute number sets that are small, buy them, because I don't have that many. And I'm going to come back to this sticker sheet, and I'm going to take a couple things to do the ... Actually, I'm just going to take this plus sign and cut it up. Because I don't think I'm ever going to use a plus sign. Just make ... It's another thing I like about these little alpha stickers is you can easily cut them to manipulate them into something else. You could definitely cut a thicker, but it's not as easy as cutting just a sticker. There we go. 2013 continued. So I can go ahead and stick this back in my little card here. Alright, and you know, it's just a minor detail. It's not too noticeable, but it's definitely noticeable enough. Alright, now I'm going to put the Story of Uz. Let's see here. Pretty sure these alphas are too transparent. Yeah. So that marks those out. I like these, and I actually don't use them very often because I feel like, for some reason, I feel like it's not, I mean, it's not a bright white. I guess it's a true white, but it's not really a bright white, and it like throws me off. So I might put and I could just put this on top of the page protector, but I'm probably going to put it inside. So try these. And what I'm doing with these though is I'm introducing another color, which is black. So that's why I'm thinking I might bring in that black border sticker. Put these Story. And I might put of back in these. And then probably put the Uz back in those. Okay, so let's manipulate this a little bit, or move it a little bit rather. Put this up here. I like that. So what I don't like though is that this is broken up. So let me see if I can. Alright, I think that's what I'm going to do here. And I am going to pull out the cards and put them on those. I don't think it would be a bad thing to leave it on the outside of the page protector, but I don't want to run the risk of it falling off at any time. And actually I'm going to trim the edge of this T because it's sticking over so much that it's causing the H to kind of lift up. There we go. I don't like running the risk of things falling or shifting on me. I like for it to stay exactly where I put it. Alright. I'm just going to line these up side by side so I can make sure it stays along the same line. There we go. And I've got of Uz down here. Sometimes it's nice to have something pretty simple to do, not real overly embellished. Something fun. Alright, and it also makes me feel like I got a project complete when I took 10 minutes to do it. Alright, so there you go. The Story of Uz, 2013 continued. It says that down here. There you go. Now the last decision is whether I want to use this border strip. And I'm debating do I want to use it? what would it look like? I think I am going to use a small little bit of it in the corners. So let's see here. What I am going to do though is trim it to where it's a complete scallop. Punch out the little holes. Okay. Right, so that's going to go on the bottom one. I don't know if you can hear the birds outside. It's very quiet here. Kaylin's at preschool and Ernest is out at work, so it's very quiet here. And then I'm going to put it back up here as well. Actually, I may just leave it right there at the bottom. I thought I was going to put another one at the top, kind of like leading into it, but I'm going to leave it just like that. Alright, and that completes the page. So this will go on my album, and it'll be the opening page of the second part of my 2013 album. Alright, thanks guys. Bye.